Hello everybody, I am Samuel15 the Dragon Team here today, and welcome to PAVA Anime Talk, where today we're going to be doing the review of Hellsing Ultimate, and the English dub version. So, yeah, we're going to do episodes 1 through 10, because that's all that's out, and I'm pretty sure that's the end of the series. I'm like 100% sure, but not 100% sure, like, I'm fairly certain it's the end of the series, you know, just the way it ended and everything. So yeah, I'm just doing the English dub version of it. So also, if you're watching my channel for the first time, if you are not into someone rambling and rumbling, or not have any really fancy flictures or pics or anything like that, that's fine, because then you should leave, because the only picture you'll see is this fancy picture you have right now, and you'll see my rambling, rumbling voice, and I like to go off on tangents here and there, because yeah. So yeah, for those who are used to my channel, I'm sorry I should have uploaded this Saturday. I actually wanted to do, not Saturday, but Sunday, but I had a headache, and I just wanted to go to bed, and yesterday was kind of not feeling too well, so yeah, I'm just doing it today. So without further ado, let's stop talking and start talking about the review of Hellsing Ultimate. Now, I'm going to go out and say this, I really do like this anime a lot, and this anime has actually been kind of going out for a long time now. I think like it started like 07 or 06, like the first episode of the Abridged, right after the normal Hellsing, not after the it started, the first episode of Hellsing Ultimate I think started like 06 or 07, and like right after the original Hellsing. So and they've been uploading an episode every every year, or like 2 a year. So that tells you that there's been dragging out. In each episode, for those who have never watched and just want to get an idea, is about an hour long. And if so yeah, that just tells you that. And for those who are wondering, is this on TV? It was on Toonami. It was on TV. It was on Cartoon Network's Adult Swim's Toonami. They did every episode for like about the first 8 episodes, and then like the last 2 episodes they did within the first 2 weeks of December, because there was like a month break between the two, because they thought they were going to get all 10 episodes right next together, but they didn't, so they ended prematurely. But so many people were like, hey, where'd it go? That they had their 2, they decided to get the last 2 and pay up all the extra money, and they call people, and yeah, they got those episodes anyway. Now onto the actual review, I think. The anime itself is very, very good. It's a very dark feel to it. The original Hellsing wasn't very good, and I heard it wasn't very true to the manga. Just like what they did with Ultimate, they kind of did with Brotherhood. Only Brotherhood was technically started after like the first few episodes of Hellsing Ultimate. And even though there is like a 3, 4, 5 year difference between episode 1 and 10, I think episode 1 and 10 look exactly alike, so that just tells you how much budgeting they put into this anime. And it's a very beautiful anime. The animation is just very good. I really do like the animation a lot. The acting is very good as well. The voice acting, especially by motherfucking Crispin Freeman, the overlord of freaking anime. Probably the best anime voice actor ever. Like, he's just really, really good. He's not. I don't really hear him too much in anime. That's the thing. Like, he's really good, but he just doesn't really appear too much in anime, it seems. So it just kind of sucks, because he really is a good voice actor. I would like to see more of his work, you know? I mean, even though the only real anime you can actually really think of that he's done, honestly, that I can think of that he's done, is the Hellsing series, and the Melancholy of Shuzuya. I don't even know how to like pronounce the name, but you know what I mean. Like the Melancholy, he played as the main protagonist and did that really, really well. But like, other than that, those are the only 2 anime I actually have heard of them, and so I don't really know. So yeah, the dubbing was very good. The voice act, it was really good. And not just by Crispin Freeman's part. Everyone did really well. Anyone who was a a yeah, a specific ethnicity, or not specific race or anything like that. They nailed that voice perfectly, or they at least were from that area, so they sounded like they're from that area, or they were from that area, and that's what I really liked about it. How That's why I kind of like the dub more than the sub. Now there's people that are going, sub is always better. If you think sub is better than than the dub and than Hellsing, then I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. Because yes, the sub was good. Will not deny that the sub was in fact decent. However, it's kind of hard to get the right accents correct in Japanese, because there are accents in Japanese, but they just sound more profound in English, especially since most of the other countries know English as a second or third language, if not first, and not Japanese. Seriously, like most other countries don't know Japanese, like it's actually something my grandpa told me. If a Japanese guy and a Chinese guy are in a business together, neither of them are going to speak their own language. Instead, they're going to speak English. Because I'm not going to speak your language. You're not going to speak my language. We'll just speak English. It's the middle ground language, and a lot it seems, So I feel like the dub is just really good. Like everyone did magnificent. Sarah Integra, Fairbrooks, Hellsing did an amazing job. Whoever did her was an amazing. That person's voice actor was great. Actually, words are making no sense. Ugh. Sorry, words are difficult for me today for some reason. But yeah, the dub was really good. I keep on saying the same thing over and over again. It kind of sounds a little repetitive, but I just want to say the dub was good. If you like sub over dub, please just try this dub. And if you don't like this dub, then I have to say that you obviously just don't like dub in general for some stupid reason. I don't know why you think dub is just inferior to sub at all times, but oh well. Maybe you just like the Japanese language, Maybe it's not necessarily dub is worse than sub. Maybe you just don't like the the English language. You just like the sound of the Japanese language, which is fine, I guess. But yeah, everything was good. The story was magnificent. Actually, I want to go back to the dubbing. Like all the main characters sound really good. They sounded like they were supposed to be the general guy, the fat general guy. I keep forgetting his name. Well, did sound very German. The German Nazis all sounded German for the most part, with the exception of, like, the twins or the brothers. Though I don't think they were supposed to sound German, I guess. And there was also that one guy who was Spanish, I think. He was Hispanic, and he didn't sound. Or with the exception of, like, a few exceptions, everyone sounded what they're supposed to sound like, I think. Which I think wasn't the intended purpose of that. So everyone did a great job. And back to where I was trying to go. The story was really, really good. It was a lot better than the original Hellsing, and because it just kind of ended weirdly. It just kind of escalated to the point where they kept backing themselves up, and the story made absolutely no goddamn sense whatsoever. The original Hellsing, the first Hellsing, started off really strong. It stayed to the story, but it just kept diverting as time went on from the manga. And I haven't read the manga, but this is just what this is stuff I've seen from the manga. That's from what I've been told. And just from the story writer's perspective, it was just crap. The the Hellsing Ultimate, though, is stuff written by the gods. It's a really, really good story. It's not a perfect story. I'm not going to go ahead and say that. There's one or two flaws here or there. But it's a really good story, and it made the general guy, the German general Nazi guy, make him really good. He wasn't like They weren't building him to be a complete total badass that everyone should fear, but he was an intellectual badass. He was like on the same freaking level as Eisen from Bleach. If you ever seen that show, or if you know how freaking how through his strategies were. Like, this general strategy was better than Eisen's, honestly. It was just so thorough, and it almost worked too. That's what I like to say. The bad guy almost wins, and he kind of does actually. That's what the cool thing is. And seeing all these fights that happen throughout the whole entire series is just awesome. You know, Hellsing is a very, very good series. You know, I just can't say that enough. It's one of my personal favorites of all time. I think it's one of the best anime of all time. I actually think this is probably the thing that's most near to perfect. It's probably the most near perfect anime there is, I think, honestly, in my opinion. Everything's just so good about it. With the exception, like, one or two CGI moments just sound a little off, and I have to say some of the comedy they did try to put in there in the earlier mid episodes came out kind of forced. You know, I didn't find it funny. I found like funny like how bad it was. That's if I had to find it, I laughed at it, but I didn't laugh with it. I didn't laugh at the jokes it was telling. I just laughed at how stupid it was. It's like, oh, come on, just stop this. Which they did. They completely stopped the comedy for the most part in, like, later episodes. But, like, seriously, the comedy in the middle episodes was just dumb. It was stupid. Very few people found it entertaining. My sister found it entertaining, but I found it entertaining how stupid it was. That's just really what it was, you know. So I'm like going, oh my god, this is dumb. Ugh, kill me. So I'm gonna have to deduct some points from its comedy. There is some funny moments, but the funniest moments are the ones that are not forced at all, and they're just kind of that. It's like kind of like laughing at face of like kind of ironic and laughing at the face of danger, you know. That's the kind of funny that there is funny. That's the kind of funny it is. The forced comedy, where like you can tell when they're trying to do comedy by the different animation, just how it just drastically changes, and almost it never really works. That's my only real complaint of the series, that the comedy they did try to do was just forced and didn't come out natural, and it was unfunny. So I'm gonna have to deduct some points from that. But other than that, this is a pretty much perfect anime. If they actually did get the comedy right, you know, this is my own personal opinion though, like with comedy, because comedy is not really. Sure, some stuff is like obviously it's funny, and some stuff it's obviously not, and then there's some stuff that's just really on taste, and this is what I think that's what the comedy this kind of comedy came down to. If you're into that kind of comedy, then sure, it might be the perfect anime for you. But you know, when they ever did the comedy, I just kind of rolled my eyes at it, where they tried to do that weird different animation. So yeah, so I really do think this is the thing that's most near perfect anime. I think this will be a standard for anime to come, and they do this with 10 episodes. Granted, each episode felt like 3 episodes because it was like an hour long, and most anime is like 20 episodes, not including commercials and endings and openings. Because like Hellsing didn't really have any endings or openings. I mean, they did, but I don't know. And the endings actually were kind of cool, because each ending I believe was a different ending, and I really did like that. I did enjoy like it, but for the most part, you just like the action aspect of it. The sound quality, like I said, was amazing. The dub was amazing. Everything was really good about it, with the exception of like a few CGI moments I just thought a little weird. Just came off weird to me. So all in all, I'm gonna give Hellsing Ultimate a 9.5 out of 10. You know, some of the weird CGI moments were a little weird for me, and a few other points are deducted for, of course, the forced comedy, and just another point was deducted just because, well, some of the things I could felt like could be a little improvement, like maybe the Valentine brothers could have been, I don't know, could have had it German or some kind of accent. They just had American accents, which I thought was kind of weird. To me, I just thought it was an excuse to get Patrick Seitz in the anime, which I like Patrick Seitz as Luke Valentine, but I just thought, like, you know, someone else could have played that character that sounded, you know, I don't know, like had an accent, you know. But that's fine. I don't mind that. So, yeah, this is a 9.5 out of 10. It's a really good anime. I definitely recommend this to anyone. But however, if you don't like gore, if you don't like all that kind of stuff, if you don't like just... Because this is a very dark anime. Very dark anime. There's a lot of blood, there's a lot of gore, there's a lot of stuff like that. If you're not into that kind of stuff, or at all, then yeah, I don't think you should recommend it. If you do like a lot of action, if you do like a lot of blood, if you do like a lot of dark stuff like that, then this is definitely the anime for you. So thank you everybody, please subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.